Virtual reality makes it possible to experience anything, anywhere, at any time. It is the most immersive type of reality technology and can convince the human brain that it is somewhere that it really is not. Head-mounted displays are used with headphones and in-hand controllers to provide a fully immersive experience. With the largest technology companies on the planet currently investing billions of dollars into virtual reality companies and startups, the future of virtual reality is set to be a pillar of our everyday lives. Let me explain what virtual reality is. It is a realistic three-dimensional image or artificial environment that is created with a mixture of interactive hardware and software and is presented to the users in such a way that any doubts are suspended. There are three main components inside of a virtual reality headset that make it work. The first is the magnetometer. It measures which direction you are facing in reference to the surface of the Earth and acts as a sort of compass for the device. It is able to do so by measuring magnetic fields. The second is accelerometers. This tells your device which way is up and which way is down. To do this, your device will have several accelerometers to work together, measuring things like gravitational pull in relation to the accelerometer measuring the device's orientation. And lastly, gyroscopes calculate the orientation of your device. It does this to either help your device maintain a particular orientation or make sure that it properly changes orientation when it should. A virtual reality headset comes with two separate lenses, and the lenses lie between your eyes and the pixels on the display of your screen. They focus and reshape the picture for each eye by angling two 2D images to mimic how each of our eyes take in views of the world. This creates an impression of depth and solidity, which we perceive to be a three-dimensional object. Lenses on a virtual reality device are not one size fits all and need to be adjusted for initial use. Virtual reality systems demand a substantial amount of power. The processing power required by virtual reality systems can be broken down into three categories. It is split by input processors, the simulation processors, and the rendering processors. The input processors control the device used to input information to the computer. They retrieve and distribute data to the rest of the system with minimal lag time. The simulation processors takes the user's input along with any other tasks that are programmed from the natural world and determines the action that will take place in the virtual world and other sensory systems. What is so impressive about virtual reality headsets is the field of view. Field of view is an important component used in virtual reality to provide users with a realistic perception on their environment landscapes. Simply put, field of view refers to how wide the picture is. It is measured based on the degree of display. For example, most virtual reality headsets are a 300-degree field of view. Frame rate refers to the frequency rate at which the display screen shows consecutive images, which are also called frames. Television shows run at 30 frames per second. Gaming consoles run at 60 frames per second. In virtual reality, a minimum frame rate is approximately 60 frames per second. To avoid content stuttering or simulation sickness, most virtual reality headsets will have a higher frames per second than 90. Latency refers to the amount of time it takes for the image to display on the user's headset to catch up to the changing of their head position. In order for an experience to feel real, latency needs to operate at a minimum of 20 milliseconds or more. The future of virtual reality is bound to be a part of our everyday lives.